talk about? I usually just...
Hey, doesn't matter.
We're live.
Hey guys,
Right.
welcome everyone. Wednesday night, it's October 21st. This is Making Waves 15. Welcome guys. Thank you for spending time with us here. This is the first time you've ever been on Making Waves and you're following us on ShipRocked Facebook Live page, go ahead. If you've got comments or if you've got some questions for our guest tonight, who I'll introduce, but really needs no introduction. However, throw those in the comment section and we'll get to those and we'll ask our guest, who you know, and we don't need to introduce, but I had to reiterate. And we'll pose this to them. Hey guys, real quick, in your email boxes this coming Monday, you're going to get an email describing the details for our event next Friday, October 30th, the big ShipRocked Family Halloween Costume Spectacular. So look for those. Please get involved. This is going to be a ton of fun. A lot of people are going to be involved in this one, so it's going to be a good time. What else? Oh, also remember, coming November 9th, look for our next podcast. But we're here right now for this gentleman right here. Everyone, please welcome to Making Waves 15, Lajon Witherspoon. You guys know him from Sevendust. And, I mean, what more to say? He is family, man. You've been here since the clam days, bro.
Yes.
The stage clam. So it's really, this has been one we've been waiting for a long time, man. And we're just so stoked you could be here. You guys, everyone knows Chad from Wilson.
Hi.
He's also the ShipRocked host. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I shaved for you.
Guys,
I trimmed down.
I was noticing something different about you tonight. You're still damn handsome, though. That's crazy. So, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to let Chad and Lajon talk music and musician stuff and all that stuff. And, again, if you have questions, pose those in, and we'll get to them. So why don't you two gentlemen start talking?
Right on. Hey, first off,
All right.
Thank you, guys. Chad, great to see you. Justin, thank you. Everybody out there, ShipRockers, not ShipRockers, what's up?
What's up? That's what I'm saying. How you been, dude?
Man, let's see. That's a good question because I like to ask people that, and I like to ask it, and I really want to know, how have you been? How have I been? I've been as good as I possibly can be in these crazy times. Trying to navigate in this new world that we live in has definitely been very difficult with kids, growing children here, the wife, trying to stay safe, healthy. It's been a challenge, and it's been, luckily we're very blessed enough not to have been sick, have had symptoms or anything. Everyone's negative. So that's been good. But as far as how have I been doing, as far as what's going to be next, I'm afraid. I don't know when am I ever going to be on stage again? Or when are we going to be on stage again, Chad? Not just alone in a stream for people to see in their living room. I mean, when are we going to be on stage again in front of everyone, hugging, talking, touching? That's what I worry about. So I'm doing good other than not knowing the future. Does that make sense?
There's something romantic about that and obviously super scary about that. I mean, what you just described, if you don't mind, we don't typically get as ethereal, as deep as like I'd like to take this moment, but you kind of just opened it up here for a second. You mentioned something that I don't know anything about, right? I don't know anything about children at this period of time and what it's like to balance their lives and balance your lives, your careers, your spouse's careers. There's a lot going on when you're talking about maintaining the education of your kids, maintaining their health, as well as maintaining your own mental health and your own education through these times. I want to ask you, like, how do you and Ashley, how do you navigate a day? Can you take us through like a typical like Monday or even Wednesday, the hump day, during COVID with kids and a band and careers and all the other things that are happening?
Well, yeah, definitely we're not out of the house. If we go anywhere, it's in the car. We do curbside and help our local places. A normal typical day here is it's a school day. I'm still getting Jada up for her Zoom classes, and I'm still preparing her. You got to get up. You got to do your hair. You got to look like you're going to school. You got to still stay kind of focused, not in the pajamas anymore. Let's get serious about it. It's crazy. It's a normal day. The lunch, everything, it's school, Zoom, band, Zooms, call. We're still working and handling everything, but just with inside our home. It's crazy. I feel like I kind of explained it to my daughter. I don't know. This is funny. It's funny you asked about this. We'll get serious, you guys, and we're going to go back because we do have kids. I told her the other day, I said, you know what? I'm a little upset, about the fact that you can't go to school right now, because I want you to experience I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta go to bed tonight because I have to wake up. I have to get enough sleep. Oh God, I have to make good grades or I'm gonna get in trouble at home. Why is that kid not like me? What's wrong with that girl? She's a bitch. That you need to go through all of those. I want Seriously. That. That's not happening here in my house. What do you do? How do I contain? I can't do that. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to make it as positive as I can right now. And Ash the same way, man. We try to involve ourselves with the kids and keep them knowing what's going on, but still having fun with life,
Yeah, I can't imagine like the juggling of the schedules, because just to making sure that there's a constant sort of like not just mental fulfillment, nourishment, all of the things that happens throughout a classic child's school day, and yeah. I imagine in my head, and when you were telling me that story, I could literally, you're such a good dad. I mean, I've seen you around the kids, I've seen you and Ashley. She's such a good mom. I can imagine like the playtime that might be happening in that moment where you're like, I'm going to come out and I'm going to be that bitch in the hallway and I'm going to show her what she's missing out on right now.
There you go. This is what you're missing out on. Get back in school. Man, it's crazy. And you know what, though, to think about all this, normally me and you, we would not be able to have this time at home. We would be on the road. So that's something that I've not taken for granted with this crazy world that we live in. I'm at home. I'm daddy. I'm every day, I'm the husband. I'm not gone for 2 months and then back for a week. You know what I mean? I've been here, and it's been, and I take my hats off to all those ladies out there, and just not just ladies, all those parents, any parents out there that are single parents and are doing it by themselves. But it's really cool that I've been able to be here with those kids. So thank you for even mentioning my children and the family. They love you too, by the way.
Oh man, I said, I don't want to go too deep there for you, because sometimes there's a little bit off subjects.
No, that's life. We're adults. We talk about that kind of stuff, man.
It's courage, man.
We're regular people, man. We live. We're no different than anyone else. We just get to get on stage and travel the world and have this beautiful avenue of being able to voice ourselves on a platform that not a lot of people are very lucky enough to get to. But yeah, at the end of the day, without those people that support us, we wouldn't even have this job. But still, we're the same. I love getting yelled at about getting the trash out, even though I'm very clean, so she don't yell at me about that. But, getting the mail, I love it. I love being on clean up, do this, you got to do that, I got to do that.
Man, that is just song material right there.
Yeah. It's life, man.
Yeah, it's like you got a whole nother set of tour managers in your world. You're like, I got it. Right? What time I need to be there, I'll be there.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro.
Hey, can I say one thing real quick? And it's something that before we went live here that Chad and I had spoken to you about, LJ, as a lot of people are mentioning, you look good, man. You look healthy and happy and vibrant and good. And people are mentioning that. So I'm passing it on. I'm a conduit for these ShipRockers. We thought you looked great. They think you look great right now.
Well,
and they like the beard.
I've been at the studio at my farmhouse all day long, working on my solo stuff. Actually, I think a lot of you, oh my God, this is great. Guess who I worked with on my solo project? And I had come in town, and he's staying at the farmhouse. Sahaj from the band Raw.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, he's here in town with me right now. And we're actually
Raw disappeared for a while, and now in the last year, or last 8 months, they've been part of the ShipRocked thing now.
I love it, man. So Sahaj has been one of my great friends for a long time, and he's actually helping me with my solo project. He came into town last night. He's staying at our farmhouse, and so I call it the Farmhouse Studios. We've set it up. It's a beautiful 300 acres, and it's just incredible. And we're out there working, but I just thought I would share that because he's a new ShipRocker, and I was the one that always told him, get on ShipRocked, Sahaj. And he did. He said he loved it, had the best time. We still talk about people that he met that he didn't think he would ever meet on the boat, bands that you probably wouldn't see because the timing or, what's going on, where they're at. So it's really cool. I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. I mean, not only get to spend some time working on your own material right now, but also doing it with a friend, a colleague, somebody that you admire. and in your own space like that. Like, the fact that you have 300 acres with a farmhouse on it that you're making a record in right now, it just kind of gave me like an ultimate chub. I love the idea of the space for creation like that, and having the friend there, super chub.
Well,
like
let me tell
2
you
times
why.
chub, but
I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. My wife, Ashley, the beautiful Ashley Witherspoon, all the ShipRockers know. Her family, she inherited her grandma and grandpa, Joed and Maryland farmhouse, and we've remodeled it, and it's 300 acres, but so her family, auntie behind, they have cattle, they've done limousine cattle their whole life. There's a front, so there's 3 homes on the 300 acres. So I'm thinking we're maintaining a little bit over 10, but that view is still all of ours in the small house, the farmhouse that we have. It's amazing, man. And I knew it was going to be good for inspiration, but today to get down into it with Sahaj and being there, it was like, it was really magical. It's the energy, the feeling, the quiet, the peacefulness. Hold on one second. Ashley, come here.
Ashley, bring her on.
You got to see who's right here. She's in her pajamas. Get around here. Oh, God. She's getting ready to smile for sure. Sorry.
Hey, what's up, you? How are you?
Good to see you.
God, we're just hearing about the farm life. That's amazing.
It's quite the place.
Yeah, she only came down for a second today. They're not staying down. They kind of come in and check on me and then they leave. So
yeah.
Make sure you're still alive.
You guys have to come down and stay.
Yeah, we're gonna turn this. We're thinking about doing an Airbnb kind of thing there because I haven't been there for 6 months.
Yeah.
So it just sits and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So if you want to get creative, Chad, let's go. Justin, you
I'm coming.
Pictures, man.
Yeah, like photography.
Oh.
There's 2 silos, like an old barn.
Which I'm turning one of the silos into a bar, by the way.
Hey, I know how to work a till too, so I could be useful on the farm. Yeah.
You could mow the 5 acres.
Oh, I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we only cut 5 acres. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, pack a lunch.
Our John Deere, we got to get a new lawnmower. What are we getting ready to get?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get another John Deere, but like
a zero turn because the big one, and I was like, yeah, this is like a Cadillac. Guess what? It's about to break down.
No, you need more than. You need like an industrial one. You can't use like a standard riding lawnmower. You need like something that's like.
The John Deere guy said, he's like, no, you can't use this anymore. You have to get something bigger. You can't. You get the blade. They said, ask if she cuts it again.
There's got to be 18-year-old kids around that area that could mow the lawn, right?
I'm coming. I'll mow the lawn.
Heck yeah, man! I'll mow it.
Don't get my job away, Justin. Jeez.
I'm scared for Sahaj now.
Hey, Chad, I'll bag the grass.
Right.
Deal. We're coming. That's incredible, man.
You can help me do the hay.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be seriously down for doing some manual labor on your farm. That'd be great.
Oh,
good for the soul. Yeah.
Or do nothing and just enjoy.
Oh shit, man! Come on, I want to earn my dinner. I'm gonna earn my dinner.
The farmhouse is to hang out.
Yeah, that's all I need is Chad critiquing me on the way I throw hay.
No way. I'm just gonna be naked watching you throw hay, but.
Yeah.
How long has the farmhouse been there?
My grandparents have lived. Well, they had the property. Their house burnt down 27 years ago, and then their neighbor down the street rebuilt. And so the house isn't like old like it would be.
Yeah.
But they've had the property for 80 years, 79 years.
It's 80,
wow.
79 years.
Okay.
There's a caboose that Ash used to hang out on that's 100 years old that's all fallen down, but I'm going to take the wood and all the different everything, and we're going to build
a caboose, like a train, like a part of a train?
Yes,
wow.
It's the whole caboose, but it's broken down. It's 100 years old. The wood is still...
It's cool.
Beautiful. The wheelings and everything is so old. I'm an American picker, so I'm into that stuff. So.
Wait, you are?
Good to see you guys.
Oh, good to see you.
Hey, real quick, Ash, before you leave, someone just mentioned, we want to do this Camp ShipRocked next summer. Maybe we do Farm Rocked.
Yes. Hey, we got enough.
We'll take the back 100 acres. We'll take on the backside. We won't ruin the house.
I even have a buddy that bought a semi from NASCAR. That's the stage. The back
Perfect.
end.
We're in. We're in.
Make it happen.
Let's do it.
We could have.
Good idea. Whoever said that.
We'll bring in Claritin D for the allergy season.
Yeah.
I'll need a whole box.
There's our sponsor.
This is like
Take no Benadryl, we'll be riding.
Look at Chad's mind working right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like Lajon is like a solutions guy right now. He's like, you need a farmhouse? You need a John Deere tractor? I'm making a bar. You know, he's like, COVID, this is the best fucking thing that ever happened to me.
What else have I done? I have had to do, man. I'm going crazy.
I love it, dude. I mean, that's like the artist in you is showing through and through, and everything that you've just said is like everybody's dream on the other end of watching this. They're like, wait, he's about to make a fucking bar in a silo right now.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is not real life. This is insane. Can I come? So you're
It's
gonna have
real
big
life.
business, bud.
It's real life, and I also want to have like a bunk area too. The silo is 100 feet up in the air. We've been inside, had an engineer go in and look, and there's different people around the world right now that are building apartments and lofts in these silos, and that's something that I'd like to do here in the future. Not not putting a lot of money into it, but we want to make it safe and we want to make it fun, and I think it'll be a cool secret getaway for us fellas.
So cool. Not only that, like you mentioned Airbnb, like the idea of having this spot in the middle in the middle of 300 acres that you could rent and get creative with, whatever. That's cool.
I said, I told Ash, I said, we don't even have to let people in the house in Airbnb. I said, we could do one of those what do you call it? The glam camping things, and have those really nice tents and put them out on the property. Because we went and did that at a farm, and man, I had more fun in that tent, even though I did bring my laptop and I was watching a movie, a scary movie at the end of the night, but it was still great.
Dude, I mean, there's a place in Marfa, Texas called El Cosmico, and all it is old Airstreams they reconverted, and they're like separated, and they have like yurts and everything like that. So yeah, man, that's the future of like that kind of thing. Like everyone doesn't want to really camp, but they certainly want to act like they do.
I love it. I love it. I'm all about
Man,
that. I want to go there. That's really cool. I'm glad you reminded me of that place. I would like to do that. As funny as it is, as long as I've been on the tour buses, and Chad, you know about it, as long as we've toured and all that stuff, my next investment hopefully is an RV. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but I said, listen, I don't care how big it is, how old it is, as long as we're going to Target parking lot and grilling out tonight. Down the street from the house. That's what we're doing.
I love it. That's like the dream, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I gotta ask you something. Because now I'm thinking about because you've done it. You know, you've been through the very, very rigorous tests of touring. You guys are a fucking machine. On top of that, what are you on this is your 13th studio album that's coming out this Friday?
13th studio album, yeah.
You know everything about Target parking lots and everything about the idea of like getting in the van and having a trailer behind it and sleeping on top of each other, to the step of moving up into like what may or may not be your first RV that burns to the ground in Colorado, something I know about, and then into a tour bus. You know, like that, the transgression might be the wrong word, but the transformation of your zygote of a band and idea of brotherhood into where Sevendust is currently right now. Is so overwhelming to think about as a fan of the band. I was there in the early days, but I can't imagine what was going on inside of it all as you lifted yourself up together and fell down together, and lifted yourself up together and fell down together. You know, there's these bands out there that I've watched go from trailer to tour bus to tour bus to bigger tour bus, and then back to a van and trailer, and they just can't do it anymore. Right. And it's not to say, I'm just using the touring onslaught as an example, but your band has maintained this sort of, I don't want to keep talking because I want you to talk about it, but this sort of like, on the outside looking in at least, this sort of like cool, calm, it's all chaos, but we're all in it together sort of vibe. What's your ethos? I'm just curious. I mean, I've been on the road with you, I've toured with you. I never have asked you, how do you guys do it after all of these years? Besides, there's got to be something more than just the idea of the fans are obviously number one, but there's got to be a fucking thing inside of the five of you that.
I think that's a great question. Everything you said is amazing. I can't wait to tap on it all. I feel like before I said when we first started that we were destined to do this, and I feel we don't only owe it to each other. I think that I can speak on behalf of everyone in the band. We don't only owe it to each other. We owe it to, I don't say fans, our family out there. Chad and Justin, now it's a different thing when we go on stage. For me, as a 48-year-old man that just turned 48, to look out into the crowd and remember when I had my first child, and remember the same guy that had his first child at the same age that I was 20 years ago, whatever, or 15 years ago, whatever, however many years ago. And now you see this guy bringing his daughter, his son, now his daughter has kids. Wow. And now we got grandparents coming to our shows. And, because now they're old enough to be grandparents. I don't know what has kept us together this long. We love each other. We're brothers. We fight. We get mad at each other. I call this one guy, you might be a douchebag one day, but that's my brother. It's anything, and we get along. And it's just been we've been very blessed. I think it's our upbringing, and not maybe being from the South. I just feel like that we have to. It's something that I think when we all look at each other, we owe it to each other to continue it, because we've been so very blessed to still be relevant, if that's the word to say, in this frugal industry that we're in. And it's not just because of us, it's because people care. And the family out there, they support us, because at the end of the day, none of us would have a job. We wouldn't have any of the shit that we have if it wasn't for people out there that supported us. Bottom line, we could make music all day long. If you don't like it, you ain't getting it, don't nobody give a shit. So go fuck yourself. So thank you to all these people out there. But you reminded me, man, the bus and all that. We still talk about it today, to this day. It's like, man, we might have been rich if we didn't have some tour buses. But at a certain point in time in life, we had to get it. Now, Chad, I remember leaving Atlanta, Georgia at the Atlanta Music Festival at our very start of our career in our van, in our trailer, and not coming back home for 2 years, I think. And
wow,
just being in that van, baloney, the water cooler running on everybody, just everything, just stuff that we had to do that made us. I remember our first RV that we got. We were so excited about that RV pulling up from Atlanta, Georgia. We were somewhere, maybe Ohio. That RV pulled up, and we were in our hotel rooms, sharing we were all in one hotel room. We all got out of that hotel room and stayed on the RV. There's pictures floating around of us in our first RV, just like, we made it. We are doing it. We went through poor RVs of America. We probably broke about 16 of them things before we got to a tour bus. They're not made to freaking do what we were doing. These things are recreational vehicles, not tour the world. We got to go,
Right.
But we got, I remember our first tour bus was the Blue Diamond. And I was so excited because it belonged to Janet Jackson. For whatever reason, it was an old Eagle. It had a chandelier in the back. It was it was awesome. But man, wow. I remember, you could have put a fork in me at that point as a kid, the rock and roll dream. And then you realize that the rock and roll dream is a freaking nightmare. We owe all this money back. That steak dinner that we thought the label took us out to, guess who's paying for it?
You.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we've learned a lot over the course of this time. And then I still feel like, somebody will call and say something happened. It's like, damn, I still don't know anything. I'm learning still about this industry. But I just feel like we've been very, can I say, use the word lucky, Chad? Because I feel like, hard work is hard work and stuff. And energy is energy, but I feel like a lot of times too that we're not the biggest band in the world, but I feel like we're lucky still to be around.
I would even go as far as to say, on the outside looking in, patience is everything, because I mean, for me, I would assume for you, not everything's going to be a win, and you need those losses. It's the ebb and flow. You need to feel the pain to understand what the glory feels like, and vice versa. Yeah. And if you're not able to do that together, which you so clearly have been able to do together, there's probably not a reason to continue on, or at least if you don't feel the same way about those pains and those glories together, it's probably a reason for you to not carry on, I suppose. Right. But we're blessed enough to have you feeling those pains and seeing and feeling those glories together, and having a Sevendust doing their 13th full-length album and maintaining a career. And I'm not talking, you're not by any means a small band. You're a fucking massive band. And on top of that, you're more respected inside of our community than I think any other band, period. And I will say this out loud and raise my hand as high, not just Wilson or some shit. I'm talking every time that when we went on those tours with you, all my other band friends would be like, dude, how'd you get that fucking tour? That's like the best fucking thing you could ever, you know, like it's my dream fucking tour. Like all the time. From like, dude, from like Shinedown dudes to like Parkway Drive guys, like all of the time, like all of these bands were like always talk about you. You're their number one influence.
I love having you guys out on the road with us, and not having you out on the road. I love being out on the road with you guys, man. The energy is incredible. You are a true front man. I feel like there's, how do you say it? I feel like there's a lot of groups. Anybody can put a group together. Then there's bands. You know, I feel like a band is people that have been through the shit together, been through deaths, life, breakups, bankruptcy, almost having to shut it down, being together still, you know, still fighting through it, being the same, you know, there's a certain thing when you have a band, you know, not saying that groups are not good. Groups are great. Groups sell millions of albums, but groups sometimes are not bands. So to me, a band is a band. You have a band, you know, that's something that I respect, if that means anything.
It's circular.
Yeah. Fans don't love groups. They love bands.
Right. There you go.
And,
right.
and one thing you mentioned, Lajon, was the word relevance. You guys were up for a Grammy at a later part in your career. As a fan from the first album, All I See Is War was the best fucking thing I thought to that point, which you had never made. And now you've got a new record. You guys were, other than touring, you had a hell of a COVID summer. New record, you got this live stream thing coming up we can talk about here. Yeah, but to say that you guys were dormant would be so false.
Well, thank you.
But I think it comes back to relevance, man. You guys keep gaining your fan base. I mean, it's like any of those bands. It's like some bands back in the day, like Iron Maiden, AC/DC are bigger now than they ever were.
Yeah,
that's where you guys are at, man. You stick it out long enough. Yeah, you stick it out long enough, you become intrinsic to people's lives.
Right, absolutely. I get that, but it's really hard to even still believe it when you have all these cool kids, and you know we're getting old. We're still hanging in there. We're still trying to keep away from the dad bods, but you know, I mean, hey, guess what? Times are coming. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Have you seen the guys in your band? They kind of exercise a lot, so there's no dad bods.
Guess what? Yeah, we do. We keep in shape. Everybody keeps in shape.
You're damn right. You guys are the healthiest band on the road.
John is definitely probably swimming somewhere right now or riding a damn bicycle somewhere.
By the way, guys, everybody, happy birthday to John Connolly today.
Oh, shit.
He's 24 years old.
We sing John happy birthday today, being a family.
Oh, that's awesome. See, that's the shit that I'm talking about, man.
Oh yeah, me and the kids sang happy birthday to John, and it was pretty awesome. It was so funny. So Kingston, my youngest, my son, he said, "Okay, should I say Mr. John?" I'm like, "No, you don't call him Mr. John." And he said, "Okay." So we're saying happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear John. And Kingston was like, "John," and he almost said Conley, and I looked over at him. And he's like, "Sorry," and he was going to say sorry. And I was like, "Keep going with the song." So that's what John has on his message for his birthday.
That's awesome.
A whole meltdown of the birthday song.
Hey, can I say something real quick? And this caught me. It's funny. One of our ShipRockers, Susan, she goes, "It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure."
Oh,
I like
that is awesome.
And I'm gonna put a picture up of me doing like this right here, and I'm gonna play the song "Father." Is that a George Michael song?
Yeah.
And picture the things that I don't want to learn.
Oh.
They just brought Danielle DeVito down here. And I started singing, and she got scared. Would y'all like to meet her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is Danny, my daughter's werewolf guinea pig.
Oh my God.
Gosh.
Wow.
That's Danny.
Aw.
That's
Danny DeVito. I get it.
Yeah.
Cute.
I heard, I guess in Canada they call them, what is it, house hippos?
They call them. She looks like a hippo, a little miniature hippo.
Yeah, she looks like a miniature hippo.
Which is like exactly like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
I get it
so
now.
Now the village is in here. Come around here and say hello, Kingston. Come around here. Hurry up. Come on. Go around. I'm in my bar at the house. Come here. Come on. Come up here.
And then let Daddy do it.
Then let me finish. Sit here. Stand up here. Get up here. All right, come here, Jaden.
Hey.
Get over
How are
here,
you?
Jaden.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
You guys are partying, huh?
Yeah.
That's the whole wheel.
Nice.
No, guess why? Because the internet's not working in the house. That's why y'all are down here. That's
right.
Nothing works. All right, I love you guys.
Text it.
Danny, can
Oh, good to see you.
Good, great seeing you guys. See you later.
Good to see you. All right, bye.
Bye.
I love you guys.
So this Friday, man, you got a record coming out. You got a live stream coming out. Are you ready?
All right, so no, I'm not, because I fly out tomorrow to Orlando, Florida for this weird experience. We haven't seen each other in 6 to 7 months. So what's going to happen is we're going to rehearse in a unclosed the bubble, not the bubble, but it's close to the bubble. We have the band, 3 crew members, and just 3 video, the whole staff. It's union run, so somebody better not blink weird, because they'll shut that thing down like that right there. So it's got, they've already let us know. Look,
who's your COVID compliance officer on that one?
Yeah. You better not come in here.
We just got your. There we go.
You better come in here walking right, no limping, nothing. We'll shut this shit down. So we're gonna go in and
no one sneeze.
Yeah, exactly. Don't blink twice or nothing either. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in as a band and rehearse tomorrow. And I feel like even though we hadn't been together, it's like, Chad, you get back together and we'll go halfway through a song like, all right, we don't need to do that, but we do need to go over the new songs, of course. The Day I Tried to Live, which was an incredible cover. We'll have to go over that and several other things before we go live. But I feel like we'll be fine. I feel safe. We've been doing it for long enough that live is live, and that's what's cool about it. It's who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes we'll say I don't remember that song, and I'll say, "Fuck it, go live." And guess what? We go.
that's man.
No, fuck it, go live, and we do it, man.
That's got to be like that's got to be the whole. That's got to be the whole the whole slice of this whole pie here. Is you're doing it in a sense that, like, yeah, you're not getting the energy of the fan directly in front of you, but that same energy exists no matter what. It's about for me, just thinking about you guys being on stage together, I can see the energy and I feel it. And if you've been in that crowd before for a Sevendust show like I have so many times, there's not gonna be no way that you can't feel exactly what you're supposed to feel and what you guys are intending for the fans to feel. It's gonna be an awesome time.
I hope, man. I hope that we're able to move the people, because they're gonna be in their living rooms. Maybe hopefully somebody's. Well, now they can't have a party because you can't have more than 10 people at Chelsea. Some people. Anyway,
I'm partying right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got my little natty light, baby. Just a little water and yeast. That's all you need.
Chad brought up a good point, LJ, about not having an audience there, and there's a live band. I figured you guys can tell me this. I mean, when you're doing something where you're rehearsing it, all you do is face each other, and you guys are getting off the energy of the other players, right?
Yeah,
you guys.
Sevendust, man, it's weird. We can just rehearse and be jamming. You know what I mean? It just depends on the. I think some of the songs just lend you to that, no matter what. Even if we've done some of the songs a zillion freaking times, the mood, the energy, when we get together, it's fire for me. And I think at the end of the day, we always end up just giving it our all. And especially with this is going to be the only time we're together this year in this crazy, obscure world that we're living in now. And it's going to be weird, but I promise you, I'm going to try to make sure that I get through that fucking TV screen and get up. All right, don't knock that down. Pick that up. All right, did you just hit your grandma? Sit down. Look. No moshing right there. I don't know what to do. What the fuck are we going to do?
All of those things are happening, by the way, so you're going to be 100% on point.
I hope so. It's so weird. What are we going to do, guys? Chad, Justin, what's going to... I know people
I love the warts and all stuff. I like the little mistakes. I like bringing people in to where they can hear the banter between each song and maybe a little mistake here and there. It makes you human. People love the human part of the virtual thing. Man, I mean, they're so wrapped up when you're live, you don't notice mistakes because you're just so pumped as an audience member. But it's great when you see the little things like, we all screw up at work, whether you're like, I put that on the wrong goddamn ledger line. I've got to redo this whole thing. But a band guy I missed that fucking note.
I think
we love that.
imperfections are great about that. That's what I love. You know?
Before we talk about the new album coming out, we did have a question. I definitely want to bring a ShipRocked question, and this is from another Justin, and he wants to know, LJ, on this new album, what was the most meaningful song for you?
Oh wow, good question.
Because a lot of people have already got this thing, maybe are ready. They pre-ordered it and they're getting it. They want to know what they're going to be listening to.
Wow, man, that's a hard question, Justin. Now because the album has been sitting for a period of time. Now I love every song because what I do for myself as an artist, I might be weird and different than other guys, but I record the album and I don't listen to it at all. I remove myself from the album because I want to hear it in the same light that I like to say my friends and family out there are going to hear it. So I want it to be fresh and new to me. So right now, the most meaningful, every song on this album to me is meaningful because it's a meaningful time in our lives right now. It's a moment that we will never forget. So I feel like each song on this album is going to resonate with someone in their life with what's happening in the world today. So
okay,
I can't answer for one. It's all of them right now.
You know, and that's an honest answer. So Justin, just drop it on the first song. When it goes to song 5, flip it over, start again, and every one of those is his favorite song.
Oh wow! Yeah,
you guys have vinyl?
Sure. Yeah, I know we live in vinyl days, don't we?
Yeah, of course. Okay. I was going to ask.
We have vinyl too. Yeah, we have vinyl. Yeah, we have vinyl out there. Yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, of like the record and the coming out and all of the activities that you have going on, I just recently got to watch the new video for "Dying to Live." If you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and show it here for a second.
Awesome. You guys are serious.
So I got a question.
Oh God!
And it might be lagging here a little bit, but who is this? Who's the actor? Do you know this guy? Because he is crushing it in this video, man.
I'll not only want to know. I want to know who the guy is with the long hair. That's the bad guy. We don't know any of the guys. We just know the director. And
okay.
All right. So I'm going to be honest with all you ShipRockers out there. The video that you're seeing right now, we had to tame it down. I don't know why, but so YouTube, you can pretty much see anything on there, but I don't know. We had to pull some stuff out of the video that was crazy. Like I could go ahead and say there was the scene that kind of reminded you of Tony Montana in it that I didn't feel like that should probably be. I mean, it got this guy right there with the long hair is crazy. So anyway,
this guy right here?
Yeah, the guy with the long hair. That guy,
yeah.
That guy, that's the partier right there.
So he's this guy. Okay,
he looks like he looks like Alex Skolnick from Testament.
Yes. Also. Anyway, the video turned out. The treatment was cool. We liked it, and unfortunately, we weren't able to get together as a band to do the video. I feel like the song, it's more about the song, but this video is cool, and it's a movie. It looks like it's a movie, and I think it captures people. I did read a lady today say, I don't know what the hell's going on in that video. I just love it.
Dude, I'm gonna say I watched it 2 times earlier today, and because the first time I was jamming, listening to the song, and then I saw that guy, and I saw like literally, I wasn't really totally like absorbing what was happening. I said, hold up. So I played it again, right back to back, and I was like, shit, man, this visual is amazing. The song's incredible, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Everything that I've heard from you had I've only heard one other song, and I believe it's called "Blood from a Stone," right?
Yeah. Yeah, that came out right before. The other day, I sent a group text right before the video was released, and I took a screenshot of the guy with the long hair screaming, and I said, "This guy is getting ready to make history in 20 minutes." It was like, oh my God.
It's so good. You guys did a great job on the director, everybody. I'm a huge visual guy, so if you haven't heard saw the video yet, guys, you should check it out. And the record's coming out this Friday, correct?
Friday, can't believe it. We got a record coming out. We're all sitting at our houses, and we'll be in Florida, but it's crazy that we won't be able to tour the album right now. Like we should have been. This album would have been out already. We'd have already been gone to Australia, New Zealand, or whatever with Steel Panther and. Chad is crazy. This like I try. I'm dealing with it, but I'm still kind of beside myself. Like that's what we do. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's like now. Like if I go in the grocery store and I have a mask on, I'm like, I don't know. When the guy says, "Hey man, what's going on?" I'm like, I don't know. Okay, I'm almost waiting for somebody to say, "Are you still Lajon from Sevendust?" I'm like, "No,
I don't know."
But I mean, you guys are.
Oh
I mean, it's a good if there's a time to release a record, it's really right now where you're in the last quarter of the year. People don't really expect bands at this time to really do too much touring. I mean, you guys are a completely different beast, but I mean, so it sets you up for the new year to get a few songs out there on the radio, and then you guys are ready to go because hopefully by spring we'll be rocking and rolling and doing something. So you guys are set up pretty well.
I hope so. That's what we pray. We even had the thing over us saying, don't release the album, release it in 2021. No way. As a band, we said we can't do that. We can't let the people out there, and we can't stay hanging that long. So
right.
we kind of made some pulls and strings and said, hey, we're putting this thing out, and this is what happened. And we're very happy about it. I can't wait for everyone to hear it. Very proud of the work. Everyone says that about every album they do. I feel like we were able to really show a side of the band maturing. We were able to take time away, do our solo projects and do things that we need to do, be daddies. And I feel like that was good. I think the time off too, because I, as a writer and an artist, I feel like if you're out there on the road and that's all you see every day and that's it, then I don't have anything else to write about. I have to be home. I have to have my wife mad at me. I have to have my kids crying. I have to look at that neighbor next door and be like, that dude's a fucking asshole. You never talked to me in 5 years that I've seen you. That's, I have to have those type of experiences for me to continue to be a writer and to be creative and to, tangible things. I have to do that. I can't just be on the bus and doing the same thing every night, year after year after year. We have to come home. We have to do this. You have to. So you have to be normal. That's the.
I think, and I think Chad can read. I think Chad would agree. There's like, as a fan, I want my bands to grow with me. I want to grow with them and sing about shit I can relate to. I can't. I mean, I love dragons and shit like that, but I can't relate to it. I want to know what's the hard. I want to know about the hard choices and decisions and the stumbles and joys. That's what I want to hear in my songs. That's how I attach myself to the artist and go, fuck yeah, man.
Guess what? We're growing up together. It's not like
exactly.
Still singing about the stuff that Britney Spears was singing about 15 years. We're grown up now.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get to, we will definitely want to talk about your solo work because I know it's super important to you. We got a question, and this is such a great question that I actually kind of had to reply how great a question it was to the person, and this really does apply to you. And a lot of other people, but especially on ShipRocked, which again, we'll get to too, but I got to do it now. Was there an event with an artist or an experience earlier in your life that made you say, you know what, I'm going to be so good with the fans and so approachable that I don't want to ever be like that event I just ran into, that situation I ran into? It's like asking Cal Ripken, hey, Cal Ripken, what made you want to stay for 3 hours after each game and sign baseballs?
Wow, that's a good question. For me is I could never take this for granted. If I wasn't in the band, I would still want to meet those cool people that are at the show because they have a story. Everybody has a story, and I love to hear what's going on. I like to hear about your family, what you do. Thanks for liking the band. Thanks. I that's just me. That's always been me. I've always just been I still like to wave to people, even though they think I'm weird. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I just waved. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I just waved at you, asshole. What's up? Hi. I don't want anything. I just said hi to you, douchebag. I come from that, man. You know what I mean? That's just something that I'd like. It's like, you think about it, man. When you never know what person has had going on in their life, and I'm a true testament to that right now. With this crazy world, you never know what someone's going through, and sometimes it's just it's great to engage, to really not be fake about it, but be genuine about it, and that's when you asked me today, Chad, I knew it was genuine. You said, how are you doing? And I knew that you meant, how are you doing? Not just, hey, how you doing? What if I said terrible? Then now we're going to talk, you know what I mean? So, we're going to talk, but you don't get that. You don't get the honest truth from people. So I feel like being open to people lets them know that, we're real, that it's not just this guy in a band or you can't get to because he's on his bus after the show and you never know him and I never want someone to be like, he's a rock star. So I'm not a rock star. That's the last thing I've ever been. I'm just a guy in a band, and I love what I do, and I've been lucky enough to be in a band. But what is a rock star? I don't. Is it that song from Nickelback, all them cars and shit? Guess what? I don't have that. So, hey, I wish, sometimes I wouldn't have all them cars, but it's not like that. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's not.
Totally.
A lot of people.
It's about the memories, man. What you have is memories.
They think that we have this. We do all that. Somebody on the internet the other day said something about, I don't know. They said, I don't feel sorry for LJ. I'm like, no one asked you to feel sorry for me. Some guy said his house is nicer than mine. I'm like, okay, first off, what are you fucking talking about? I got a regular house. I live in a regular neighborhood. It's not gated. I fucking just, I'm not even say what I'm mad about with some of my neighbors flying flags in their yard. But anyway, it's fucking that. It's you. Oh my God, man, I didn't realize. Whoa, hey.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
I was in your house, you fucking loser. No, he wasn't scared. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, guys.
Totally. yeah, I do.
I get it.
I gotta. I don't know if I'm interrupting or stepping on anybody's toes
no.
here.
Listen, I really want to thank the person, the ShipRocked, Karina, who asked that, and Karina, that again, hit it out of the park with the question. Thanks, LJ.
Hey,
thank you for your answer.
Any ShipRockers out there, guys, I love y'all. And just today, I was telling a buddy on the phone about, I couldn't wait to talk to you guys. And he said, I've never done ShipRocked. And I'm like, oh my God, you would be like the ruler of ShipRocked. He's just that cool guy.
Is he in a band or just would he be a guest, or is he in a band?
He'd be a guest. He's a guest.
Okay.
Be a guest. But I just explained to him just the experiences that we've had over the years with ShipRocked. We've met so many beautiful people. And even if you're not on it to play, if you're just there, the energy is amazing. Just so much fun. There's nonstop things to do. It's just, ShipRocked, like I said, it's changed my life. It's been a very, very beautiful thing that's been in my family. And I feel like you guys are family. So anybody out there that hasn't done it, when we're safe and we're able to get back out on the seas, let's fucking do it.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, dude, when we sail, that's going to be just ridiculous on the energy level.
Man, we might have to have like another boat beside us just in case that one goes.
just two ropes hanging onto it.
That's right.
Have two cruise ships together.
I had to ask you this question because obviously being a performer on the boat and a fan on the boat, right? That energy is insane. It's it's the most overwhelming, life-changing thing that I've ever been through as well. But I have to ask you your first, because you've done it so many times. Definitely, probably more than Wilson for sure. But I bet when you did it right the first time, you weren't like this band that nobody has ever heard of. You were probably in the area of where the clam was your fucking clam. So, but when you came onto the ship, when you came onto the cruise, like I'm talking like trying to put myself into the mental space to try to alliterate it to you.
Nervous wreck, didn't know what to expect.
And then you get on there. What did you feel when the first moment?
Incredible, and almost feeling, because I remember we set sail that first time, and I think the boat was a rocking. I think we had to leave port fast to get past the storm, and I just remember having this sensation of never feeling, trying to do this, but the body's doing this. I remember Benny was leaning up against his base rig, because that was the only thing that was holding him up. But man, let me tell you, the experience was so incredible. Chad, you know it. Up on the stage, it's like, oh, this is amazing. And then right after the show is over, I can't wait to run back to the cabin, take a shower, change, so I can get back out and hang out with everybody and see the next band. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you
totally.
You take a shower, feel like, oh God, we got to go to theater C. We're gonna miss them, man. It's like a beehive of excitement. Just that's what I feel. I can't wait for that feeling. And even when we did Camp ShipRocked, that was an amazing time. we had a blast then too. Just the whole crowd, the energy. If anybody, I can tell you anything about it, everyone knows it's a family affair. I've never seen a fight. I've never seen anything. Well, wait a minute. I've heard about somebody closer. Anyway, it's always a great.
Yeah, there's
time.
a few.
Yeah, there's a few.
Good talking to, and they're all good.
Yeah, it's a good time. I love it. I'm not a gambler, so I don't gamble, but I'll go in there every once in a while and put some money in the
but
slots.
it's funny, for like the 12 years I've been running it, are you guys okay? I'm frozen. Are we still going here?
I'm good. I see you.
I'm going to ask this question. We're not frozen, or are we frozen?
No, we're back.
Frozen? I don't know, active.
You're the only frozen one,
we
bud.
Can't see you. Me and Chad are here.
I'm going to finish Justin's question for you, but I don't really know what he was going to ask, but I'm going to guess that. I thought you were. Oh man, sick. Are those full? Are they?
Listen, I've never opened it, but this is the perfect occasion to open this. I've had this.
I think so, especially because Justin looks so jacked to watch you open it. If you can see his face frozen.
I can't see him. I can't see him.
Oh, you can't? Oh, I can see him. It looks great.
Blacked out. So this, I get these weird gifts from a friend of mine, but whatever. This is not.
Can you actually see them?
It's actually.
Move them?
No, this is a bottle opener. Isn't that great?
Oh shit, that's awesome. Yeah, those are sick. Did you guys
I'm weird.
Awesome.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry, man. You could just see me like kind of yeah. Hey man. You were New Orleans shit, man. No, dude, I was gonna say one of the things, obviously most memorable things when you guys did the acoustic show in the theater.
Oh, wow. What a good time.
Yeah, that was that was cool, because that really gave us an entree into doing special things with bands, like something they wouldn't do anywhere else, because you can do that. ShipRocked, you're not on tour, you're not routing anything. It's a special show, so you can do that. So that was highly effective as far as getting us to convince bands that, you know what, think outside the box for this one.
Man, let me tell you what, that was, anytime we do an acoustic show, it's like, we're not going to be able to bring it. We get ready to go on after Korn or something. We get ready to play acoustic. What are we doing? Anyway, we always try to bring the live element even into an acoustic show, and the ShipRockers were freaking doing doing the acoustic show, and that's what it's all about, man. It was still an amazing, incredible time. I could go back and tell you a memory that I remember is getting on stage with Corey Glover from Living Color, which was the craziest thing. And let's see, who else is back there with me? Joey from Anthrax. Everybody knows Joey the singer. And I remember them saying, Corey's like, yeah, you want to do the song? I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. Nervous wreck, chat. I don't want to do it, so I don't want to sing Living Color with Corey. How do you do that? I'm not going to be able to do that.
That'd be hard as fuck.
I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, I'm down. I'm going to do it. And I'm in my cabin, and I remember the wife asks in bed, and I get the knock on the door, and I was like, oh, they're going to get me. This is happening. Sure enough, I walk down to the backstage of the ship in the theater, and they're getting ready to go on stage. They're doing their thing, and it's so funny. Guess Joey, I love him, man. Everybody knows Joey, Anthrax singer, the coolest cat in the land. And me and him were backstage. I remember Joey running back and forth, saying, I can't believe you're going on stage. What are you gonna do? And we were like kids. It was so funny. I'm looking at him to think about it. I'm like, that was the coolest moment for me to be with another idol of mine. And him being like, I can't believe you're going to go do this. What are we going to do? What are you going to do? We're talking to each other. I don't know. And I'm looking at him like, I can't believe you're saying this to me. And we're talking about this right now. But to go on stage and to do that was another beautiful experience, man. I think about so many things that I've seen on ShipRocked. Wilson, you guys, everybody, Bumblefoot, just to see Brian from Korn on there. That was incredible. The time that Limp Bizkit did ShipRocked was in this moment, just everyone that's been on there, I've had an amazing time with, man. And it's thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of it and to still be here right now to fly the flag,
Man.
Well, it's like one hand washes the other. I mean, we can't thank you enough for being such a part of it and being so part of the fabric of what we are and what we became, and it's one of those things. I know sometimes when you guys aren't on, I kind of go, we're Sevendust, I'm like,
it's weird.
Oh, they're not here this year. I just come a little surprised. I'm like, wait, what?
Just invite me back. That time that I got to do the Stowaways, man, that was, I couldn't believe, not being there with the band. And I was like, all right, I can look up the whole time if I wanted to. I don't, because when you're working,
sure.
Your mindset.
You're right.
Everybody out there, just let you know, ShipRocked, we're out there having fun and stuff. But guess what? When I'm in mode, I still have to work, so I can't do it like I would not saying that I'm like, yeah, I'm fucked up, I'm butt naked down by the pool or anything. I'm just saying you can't, you have to, your mind, Ted, your mind is thinking about work, and you still have to put on a show. And you have to do that, and you have to do it, and you have to do it proper. So I love being a stowaway. Not saying that I was fucked up, but I was just like, I'm singing 2 songs. Oh,
that's it.
What?
So I get to actually have a vacation once.
So okay, speaking of,
meet me at bar 3 at 7:36.
So LJ, you mentioned you kind of getting excited back there with Joey and getting ready to perform with Living Color. So Jennifer wants to know, separate this as a child and then as an adult, what musical artist inspired you? Obviously as a child, who made you said, yeah, I'm going to be a musician. And obviously everyone, it seems to be that you play with inspires you, but who really sat above the crowd as an adult and made you go, man, I'm so glad I chose this career?
Oh, my father. My dad was a singer in a band. They made a record back in the day. They were a disco band called Southern Production. But excuse me, I remember going as a child and going to practices with him. And that was my first introduction to the bass guitar. He had a guitar player, keyboard player, the drum set. I mean, they were a full-on band. Doc still, his keyboard player, drummer guy, still hangs out. My dad still sends him songs. I love it because it sounds like he still has that same like Casio keyboard. Some of the songs. It's like,
I know exactly what
it's awesome.
About.
Anyway, you know exactly what. That's it. That's the one.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's a lifesaver right there. You write all day long. He's still right.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a little sample real quick, just because we're in, you're in the mood. There's 6 songs. Hold on. I'm sorry. Casios. They sometimes never work.
So great.
Anyways, you get it.
Yeah, that's the song.
Thanks, man. Why don't you pull out your guitar next time, dude?
Yeah,
I will, bro.
I got into it a lot, man. He flipped. You know what? Jesse flips out still that I could tell him and remind him of a club that he would take me to, or I would be able to go to sound checks, but never see the show because they were playing clubs like Diddly Doos. I remember the names of Little Abners and stuff like that.
Little Abners.
My dad freaks out. I'm like, I remember the candle settings. I remember the carpet. I still remember the smell of the clubs when I was a kid. So
smell like a bowling alley.
That's what made me really do what I'm doing now. Is that my father? Yeah. And
how about now as an adult? Like, man, who do you see or hear that inspires you?
So many people out there. Stevie Wonder inspires me. Prince, as an adult, who's alive right now. I love artists like John Legend. I love so many acts out there. I still love Maynard's voice. That's someone I would like to still work with to this day. Is Maynard from school. There's so many artists out there. I get influenced by everyone. I could get influenced by a kid online that has a zillion followers because he can sing. He just might not have the avenue that we have, but he's good.
Yeah, right. What's the name of the little girl that's hanging with Dave Grohl and like keeping up with him on the drums? What's that?
Absolutely, I follow that.
Nadia, is that her name? Nadia, is that her name?
Yeah, something like that. Incredible.
Incredible.
So, it's crazy. Hopefully, I'm honing in. My son, he seems like he's honing in on all the instruments around here. So I think we got another little artist in the making right now. So I'm excited about that.
Good. Okay, well, awesome. Jennifer, I hope that helps. I mean, he's got an amazing palette and taste for music, so he's inspired by a lot of folks. But Dad was number one. Dad was number one. So
it's so many out there. I mean, from Ozzy Osbourne, who I got the chance to hang out with and tour with personally, just with Sevendust and Ozzy. He's still, and think about his album that he just released, and he sounds great.
Phenomenal.
I would. But that's that's what I'm gonna say. Somebody, Ozzy Osbourne. Is someone that I inspire to be like, and to still be able to do it at that age. I remember hanging out with him and being it was Sevendust and Ozzy and Australia with Zakk Wylde. And it was, what an incredible feeling to know that we were just with Ozzy. It was like just us on a plane. And as a young man, like, we are rockers. The airline stewardess, I remember to this day, she was really nervous on Qantas, and she came back and she's like, is there a Lajon? And I was like, ma'am? And she's like, Oh my God. There's a man in first class and he's got a big chain on and a trench coat and a top hat. He's coming and all of a sudden it's Zach right there. He's like,
Yeah, I can imagine.
He wanted me to come up to first class, but I wouldn't. And he came back to us and it was like just the memories of just that and her being this tiny lady terrified of this humongous guitar playing God with the trench coat. And I don't know how, I mean, it's Zach, so they didn't take his chain that he had on. The chain, the
wallet chain?
Yeah, but it wasn't a regular one. It was like a giant one. For a Viking one.
Yeah. Who stole your wallet before, bro? That's all I want to know. Like, were you like, never mind.
Well, you know, the funny thing about him, you know what would be in that wallet? Probably some like My Little Pony thing or something. Something, whatever crazy thing he does.
Man, let me tell you, Zach is the funniest dude ever. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, we had such, but things like that. Yeah, so those guys are my influences too, man. I look up to those gentlemen.
Okay, awesome. Hey, I got a question for you personally. I don't know how you do it. You're not Kenny Chesney, guys. What's up with the cowboy boots? Got to know about these.
You don't know about my history?
I don't know the story behind the cowboy boots, man. I was like, man, how the hell are those comfortable?
I am more country than Kenny Chesney or any of the. Well, those guys in Nashville now, they all wear sandals and they're always on the beach drinking margaritas, talking about country music. Anyway, I know Kenny Chesney. Anyway, I was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. My family, we have been involved in Tennessee walking horses since day one. My grandfather, Frank Witherspoon, was the first Black man to desegregate Tennessee walking horse shows in the 60s. He's in the Hall of Fame there. The Tennessee Walking Horse Show in Shelbyville, Tennessee. So my whole life, I grew up from Nashville in the city, but I would have to go to the farm where my family, we still have the Witherspoon stables every year at the celebration, which is like the Kentucky Derby of Tennessee walking horses. To this day, we still have the Witherspoon stables and several family members are still training and we have horses. That's something that I would like to get back into as a old man these days, is I would like to get back into training and riding. I would more be a rider, but that's my cowboy boot story. And you know what's funny about it is somebody that always gave me a hard time about my cowboy boots is a good friend of mine, Aaron Lewis, that only used to wear Adidas shoes and Adidas pants and sing on stage. And then all of a sudden, guess what me and Aaron Lewis talk about now? He would always
your snake skins.
Guess what me and Aaron, he's probably definitely got more fucking cowboy boots than I have now, being a country singer.
Dude, unbelievable. I'm blown away by your family history, though. That's amazing, man.
Oh yeah, I've been
Lajon, gentleman farmer.
Oh yeah,
you're a gentleman farmer, man.
Yeah, it's a real deal. I've been I couldn't ride the horses until we cleaned the stalls and we did we worked hard. I still remember my grandfather. I wish you guys would look Frank Witherspoon up and see pictures of him on these monstrous horses. I would hope that Frank Witherspoon is up there. He rode a famous horse called Can Do. Mountain Man was one of his horses. These were champion horses. I got to talk to Priscilla Presley in California. And let me tell you my introduction to her after she was looking at the family at the Rainbow. And it was just my family and Priscilla, and she was with a gentleman. And I always remember being a Big Daddy in Big Mama's house. But one of the pictures on the mantle was a picture of him. Sammy Day was his partner trainer. And a picture of Priscilla Presley with one of her horses that my grandfather trained. So years and years later, he's passed away. I'm at the Rainbow with my family, and she's there. And when we walk by, she waves to, looking at the baby. Oh, they're cute. Oh, and looks at us. Oh, it's very pretty. And I'm like, okay. And she says hello to me, and I'm like, that's it. I'm like, hello, Miss Presley. Sorry. Hey, I'm the song. Blah, 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 in a band called Sevendust. That doesn't matter. My grandfather, Frank Witherspoon. And she's like, and I knew she knew who I was talking about when she said Mr. Frank, because that's what everyone called him, Mr. Frank. Oh, and I said, it's a picture of you as a kid that I grew up. I was in love with her. She's still beautiful as an older lady, but then she was this young, vibrant lady with a Tennessee walking horse and my grandfather trained. So that's just a short, a true story. That it's funny how life takes you down these different avenues that people don't know about and would never know about you. And I've been country since day one. Born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. Born at General Hospital. My family's still all in Nashville. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Grandma, Big Mama still lives there. Shelbyville, Tennessee. We got the horses and all that stuff.
That's amazing.
So I got boots. And I tell people, I'm like, man, I'm more country than you are. Guess what? I grew up in East Nashville, Dan Mills, Delwood, Lytton. I went to Warner Elementary School. I mean, I was right in the heart, Davidson County. I'm Nashville, baby.
Wow. That's like you got fuck you country boots is what you
Oh
got.
man, I got walking across the bridge. It's so weird now to be an adult and to play those venues in downtown Nashville, not Nash Vegas, what they call it. But for me, it wasn't that. It was downtown. And I remember walking across the bridge. I remember going to see New Edition and Bobby Brown at the Municipal Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. And I don't know if it's there, but to this day, I remember seeing the War Memorial and that venue. And then now coming back and being able to play at Sevendust we were there with Asking Alexandria. But for me, it was like, I passed this place as a kid, always imagining what was going on in there. And it's so weird to experience it now. We played the Bridgestone Arena there. We played that place with Disturbed and Korn. I mean, I would have never thought as this kid growing up in Nashville that I was going to actually be across that bridge playing a fucking stadium, you know?
Dude.
How, you know, my dreams have come true, even though there's fucking some nightmares in there. I think that's good to keep the blood flowing, keep you alive, keep you focused, keep you working hard. But yeah, now I've not talked about that, but to talk about Nashville and my boot story made me come back to the reason I wear boots. And for the first time as an adult, I got to go back to Nashville, Tennessee and go to that place that I always wanted to go to where you buy 2 pair of boots and get 1 free. I've done that now. I can do it. You know?
Well, I guess I know what Lajon's getting for Christmas. So yeah.
Yes. I love that story, man, and I love
That's great, dude.
Everything
I love
about
the history. The family history is amazing. Yeah. I hope everyone out there is doing some research.
I have a cousin Charles that was in James Brown's band. Incredible. He played the saxophone. I remember seeing him in the video in the Living in America, and then he was in the Rocky movie. But I got to meet him for the first time at one of my uncle's funerals, and I knew that he was coming, and I knew who he was and what he was about. And let me tell you guys, I was like this right here, waiting for him to come in. And I think that was another reason that I do what I do, because when he came in, you knew that he wasn't anyone normal. The car was like a Lincoln black tinted windows. He got out of the car, this big cool perm afro, sunglasses, white suit. The partner that he was with, this dude, I don't know, he had a long jerry curl with like a captain's hat, like he just got off a fucking boat or something. And I just remember being this kid like, can I go with them and never come back home, because they are the coolest people here. Look, you know what I mean? The outfits they had on, Chad, they were stars. I mean, they were rock stars up at the funeral. I'm like, this is crazy. That's amazing. Yeah. So it was always cool to know that he was in the family. And then my Uncle Jimmy, that lived to 100 and something, was a preacher. I got to meet him at my Uncle Aaron's house, and she's a horse trainer. Now he lives in Portland. But anyway, Uncle Jimmy back then was 90 something years old, and I knew him to be a singer. And I can't believe I'm telling you this story, guys. I remember sitting outside, and Uncle Jimmy, it was 100 degrees outside, still with a suit, tie, the whole thing, eating a plate of food. That's what he's done his whole life. And he looked at me, he's like, I see you doing good out there, to tell me. And I'm like, singing and stuff. He's like, yeah. He's like, I used to play a lot of them places you kids play. I'm like where? He's like, Harpo's in Detroit. And I'm like, what did you just say to me? He's like, you know what I'm talking about, Chad?
Oh yeah.
And how long is that?
That's the first time I saw you guys play.
Yeah. First time and I'm like, I got chill bumps right now. He's with us. Wow, thank the Lord. And to hear him say that, to me, that solidified that I was doing something right too. For him, at 190 when I was hanging out with him, to talk to me about venues that we played, and we called it the Chitlin Circuit back then. I knew that too, and they were playing those venues back a zillion years ago, man. And so I feel like it's always been in the family and in my blood, and that's the reason I do music. And I feel like somebody asked me the other day, what's going to happen? What would you do if you didn't do music? And I said, I would do horses, and I'll probably be singing on one of them. It'll be somewhere.
Side saddle.
Exactly. I'll be at McDonald's on a horse singing. I don't know what I would do.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
I just got a great visual of it. It looked awesome in my brain, so I'm sure.
So speaking of singing, let's talk about your solo work.
Oh shit! All right.
Let's get into that.
I've been working for a while. It's been slow. I'm not, it's fun. It's an outlet. I've been working with Sahaz from Raw, which is incredible. We even did a song with Mr. Millette, Bob Millette, Bob out in California. Incredible. Went to his house, wrote a song that was. I got to sit there and structure this song and bring these pianos in and talk about my life, and him say, well, let's do a gospel kind of, and just to watch him work and be at his house, and then him invite my family over to swim in the pool while we were working in this beautiful estate in California, just to do one song with him. But I'm excited about it. Like I said, it's like 9 songs, and Miss Oz right now working on to finish up a few more just to close it out. There's some label interest, which I'm excited about. It's funny to see, to think that I could sign a record deal with a solo career. It's so funny, Sevendust is my baby. I love it, but this is definitely an outlet. If you like Sevendust, you definitely can hang out on this avenue, but it's definitely a little bit different. I feel like I sing more. I sing in Sevendust, but I feel like I sing on myself even more. It's a more a more bluesy or rock. It's heavy still, but it's I think it's even more radio friendly, if it's okay to say. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't care. I don't give a fuck, man. Yeah, it's radio friendly. I want to be on the radio. How about that? I want to sell out shows. Yes, I want people to come see the fucking show. Yes, I want to get paid. That's what I do. It's my career. Yes.
And you love it. And
hey, man, you know what? You're just saying exactly what everyone thinks, man. If you're not selling out, you're doing it wrong, right? Oh, he just got his phone. It's LJ's phone. Where you, buddy?
He's crushing right now.
He's probably crushing, right? He's probably telling the best story of all time.
Right now, Lajon is totally writing a song. He's going to pop back up and he's going to crush.
I just wrote a new song. Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't, I'd be remiss. But I think.
All right. Well, you and I will hang tight for a second here. We'll wait for him to get back. Hopefully, he yelled up to Ashley to come down and get him back online.
Do you want to talk about some of these cool things that we have coming up again?
First off, I want to say that this is the most amazing making waves. His stories,
absolutely,
and people out there in ShipRocked land are like, I could listen to this all night. I could too. These stories are great. I've known the guy a long time. I didn't know half of this. So it's been great. Real quick, guys. Remember on Monday, look for an email. Oh, he's back. Is he back? Hey, there you are.
We got Ash's phone.
Oh God.
There she is.
This sucks.
Are you back? Nah, you're good. It's all good.
All right, let me go back in here. I said, Ash, get out of here. Give me your phone. My phone died. I'm sorry. Like I said,
I told Chad, I said, right now he's yelling up to Ashley, going, help me get back online.
What the hell's going on around here? I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, it's okay, man. We took up a whole bunch of your time, man. I would sit here all night long and listen to these stories, but I want to just, for me at least, tell you before we move to this next little segment here that you're one of my all-time heroes as a vocalist. I've been a fan of you for a long time, and I can't say enough thank yous for being a part of this episode here. I'm super excited to hear about the new solo record. It's gonna crush as per usual.
Thank you. Thank you,
LJ. Yeah, dude, can we keep you for about 5 or 10 more minutes? You good?
Yes. Hey, guess what?
All right.
It's not like I'm getting ready to go down to the club and party.
We didn't know if you had to tend to the stables. I didn't want to get in the way of the horses.
The Hodge is at the farmhouse. No.
You're not. You're at home right now. You're not at the farm.
Yeah, I'm at home now. I came home.
Oh damn! I don't know what's what.
Yeah, I'm not at the farmhouse. I'm at my house.
Okay.
Right.
Well, listen. Before you got cut off. You were talking about your solo record. Now you're mixing up genres a little bit. Blues, still heavy rock. Is there anything you're throwing in there that might kind of throw people for a loop? Like, I'm not saying an EDM song, but is there some like jazz or anything like that?
There's a song that breaks it down with some boom, that low 808 Justin Timberlake. Yeah, there's some stuff on there that I'm gonna trick people that are gonna be like, oh wow, this is very interesting. I even do some singing that I've never done before that you'll hear me and you'll hear my vocals in a way that you've never heard that I'm excited about. But it's been fun working on the project, and it's really like I said, it's fun to think that I have a chance to get a record deal and to put it out, which is exciting for me. to court different labels. That's what I think is fun. It reminds me of being the kid in Sevendust and trying to get a record deal. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited just the fact that someone's interested. You never know.
Yeah.
So it's fun to see that, oh wow, these people they want to hear it, and I'm getting some good feedback. So I can't wait for and Chad, there's always the legal things that you have to go about the right way. So that's where I'm at right now, and I can't wait to get it out there for everybody. I'm excited.
Well, the good thing about the label thing is the game now.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes you might not even need it, but I just want somebody to be my girlfriend for a minute, and make me.
There you go. Take you out to the parlor.
make me feel like you're doing something for me.
Yeah. I love that.
So are we at the ShipRocked like listening? Can they see us right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way that we could see them in like a group too, in the same wave and say hello. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
All right, man. You're like way above our pay grade right now.
I was like, can we do that?
Can we step possible?
Wait, there is?
Yeah,
Hey, maybe by the time, listen, because LJ, we're definitely when things, we'll get around to a part 2 with you at some point, and hopefully by then the technology will have caught up with your idea, and we can do that. We'll just gallery them they'll look like a puzzle.
That's what I was
all
getting ready
little
to say.
faces.
Like all around us, and that would be amazing. Listen, that's our pattern. Let's all split it evenly, just in case. You heard it here first, everybody. I think we have enough witnesses to know we can take it forward.
Oh God.
Yes.
Shit.
It's,
Did I just light? Yeah.
Hey,
No.
Chad, is that your artwork behind you, by the way?
actually, no. It's my friends that made that for me for my birthday many moons ago. His name's Jeremy Hansen. He's from Detroit.
I love it. I'm into art, so I like that. Very cool.
I'll send you a link to some of his stuff. You love his
Please.
stuff if you like that.
I love it. And Justin, what room are you in at your house?
This be the study or the office, and that's the pink lamp. That's actually red, but it's now kind of notoriously pink for the ShipRockers. So, dude, what we're gonna do? That thing, the first time we had one of these virtual things, that was in the background. Everyone kept talking about the damn thing. I'm like, it's a freaking lamp. Well, now it's kind of gained its own fan base. So on the next ShipRocked, we're going to have it on the deck stage. And like, the Olympic torch, when you start the games, you light it. Well, we're going to turn the lamp on. And when the last show, we'll turn it off. And we'll auction it off for cancer
No
sucks
way.
too.
That's great, man. See, that's just something that's cool about you guys, ShipRocked. I mean, well, that's awesome. I mean, people are gonna love that. I mean, and that's definitely. You might as well take the freaking couch too, because that goes.
Hey, it's a good couch.
Take
I
that damn.
I'm like,
Just come get it, man.
couch
It's comfortable looking. I want to sit in it for sure.
No, you really don't.
That couch has definitely seen some weird stuff at one point in time.
God,
I want it even more now. That's.
it's been wiped down a few times. Anywho, God, too much.
That's great.
Listen, LJ, dude, thank you so much, man. This has been amazing. Thank you to your wife for being such a sport, and great seeing the kids and then that little happy hippo.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. This has been the best time. And listen, man, we just straight up, we love you, dude. You're if you were just some dude who was just a dude and not in this great band, but you're an amazing person, man. And you're always just bring this great energy when we say hey and give each other a hug, and we'll do that again.
Seriously.
Yes.
But yeah, man, you're so great. And the ShipRockers feel exactly the same way, man. You're a super special guy, and we really appreciate you and the band, of course. And when you and Ashley are together, man, it's like the dynamic duo, and it's always a great time to hang.
Thank you, man. We're trying to hang in there. And I want to tell you guys something. You guys have always made me feel like family. There's never been a weird time. Chad, you too. And I love you guys. Thank you very much for letting me be a part of this. I think that ShipRocked is an incredible movement that if you hadn't caught on, it is a movement. It's something that I think will be talked about and can go on forever and ever, and it's just a really cool thing from everybody, Alan, all the people out there that make it run. I've met so many beautiful people in my life now, and I don't want to ever have you guys be out of it. And thank you. And all those ShipRockers out there. It's weird when you say ShipRockers. I wish there was a more enduring like, I love you, ShipRockers. I got to put more to it because you guys are more than ShipRockers. You're not just on that ship. You're fucking hanging out with me on land, you know, and it's just an incredible experience to be a part of. It's the ShipRocked movement is here, and it's going to be here to stay.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do next week is I'll run a contest on our socials and say, you know, Lajon made a good point. You guys have a new name for yourselves that makes it a little bit more, makes it a little, ShipRockers is great. That's how we identify ShipRockers. But yes. I mean, Chad and I, we're all ShipRockers, you know?
Yes, we're all ShipRockers.
What's a more endearing name? I mean, family's fine, but we need something that's got a little gusto behind it. So that's going to be the new contest.
ShipRockers accept something else too. Just
like
because
Ship-Fockers? Like, like Meet the Fockers, but like, you know, something like that.
No,
I mean, it's big now.
Not the movie, but something.
It's so big. You guys are doing it. I'm down at the end of my beer, so it's perfect timing. Cheers.
Perfect, man. Yeah, I finished mine. And so again, LJ, thanks so much, guys. Remember, Blood and Stone comes out this Friday. Hopefully you guys pre-ordered already. If not, you can probably pick it up at any place you can still buy records, or you can go to any of these streaming platforms, or tell you what, buy it off iTunes. There you go.
And watch stream this Friday too, because that's going to be weird. We're going to be jamming you in your freaking living room. That's what you want.
And remember, guys, you're going to look for the Sevendust live stream event, obviously, and that starts. That's 9 Eastern, so that's 6 Pacific. And what's the website for that? They can go to Sevendust.com.
I mean, I call shit Atari. I don't know, man. I don't even know. All I do is Instagram. But yeah, I don't know. I take a picture, says 1,000 words. You don't like it, don't follow me. Unfollow me. Go fuck yourself.
Is it Sevendust.com?
Yes. Love you.
I think Sevendust.com is the website, and we got the stream. You can get the tickets right off of that.
That's
perfect. So guys, the album, the stream, and man, LJ, thanks, brother. Thanks, man. Thanks for your time. And guys,
love me.
Yeah. Hey, listen, guys, real quick. Cabins still remain for 2021, and so get to ShipRocked.com and pick those up, or find a cabin mate if you just want to go solo, or if you got some other friends that want to jump in. Also, remember, Monday, look for those emails regarding our special Halloween show on the 30th.
Who's on that?
Friday.
Who's on that?
We're going to be doing a big spectacular Halloween costume thing. It's going to be really cool.
Okay, I like Halloween. Why couldn't I have been a part of that?
Well, hey,
he's on now.
You know what, dude? We can make that happen.
I was sick. Oh my God!
We might need your judging skills.
I would love it. Guess what I'm looking at right now? I'm looking at my ShipRocked astronaut helmet right now on top of a 20-year-old.
You mind turning the phone around so we see this thing?
20-year-old Midway game that I have. I'm a gamer. I have an arcade downstairs, but in my bar I keep this 20-year-old one. But
nice.
Hold on. Let me see. Wait, can you see the ShipRocked?
Oh yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Look at that, dude.
There's a lot of crazy stuff up there.
Nice. That's awesome.
I'm in my crazy bar. I call myself a mantiquer. So there's stuff from the 40s, the 30s to jukeboxes.
Mantiquer.
Oh yeah, that's my word that I made up. I'm a mantiquer. And then all coins are from all the troops from around the world, from Afghanistan.
Oh man.
Yeah. Nice. So here, man, it's like an old museum. I come in here and I get away.
Could I ask whose burial flag that is?
Oh yeah, let me see. Wow, thank you for noticing that. Let's look.
Well, I got my dad, so it caught my eye.
All right, so I'm going to show it to you here, and I'm going to read it to you.
Please.
The slide is here. Oh, let me get away from under that light. I can't see good. This is the 838th Security Forces Afghanistan Air Base in Afghanistan.
Man, that's nice.
So
Super nice.
Yeah, I have a lot of those. I've taken a lot of this stuff like this down to the farmhouse too. So those tours right there are probably some of the most important shows that we've done for those beautiful men and women that fight for our country.
Absolutely. So if we have any vets or people that are serving that are on leave or paying attention to us or ShipRockers, thank you guys for your service, men and women. We love you guys immensely. But that's an incredible item. Okay, guys, we'll call it a night on this one. LJ, love you. ShipRockers, thank you so much, guys. Remember, Monday and then the 30th, and then look for the next Making Waves podcast on November 9th. So we'll talk with you guys then. All right, thanks.
Happy Halloween,
everybody.
Maybe I'll see you. Who knows? Call me.
What is your friend's name?